So, hey, I am live on YouTube. What's going on over here, everybody? It is warm, and I am just. I had to wait until a little bit later in the evening. Whoops, before I start on the more writing for a certain Super Nintendo guidebook. But before I do that, first of all, I got to get something I dropped. There we go. So before I start that, while I'm waiting for the room to cool off a little bit, I thought it would be fun to do a live stream, open some things that I've had for a while. We'll see what I get through. I'm not going to do a ton, but I figured it'd be fun to open a few things anyway, just to kind of see what's happening. So let's go ahead and let's open some trading cards. This is the first thing. I've had these trading cards since my birthday back in April, and I've been meaning to get around to opening these. I don't even need this on. I don't know why I'm doing that. Drop that there. That's what happens when you're live. You don't know what's going to happen. So I have a bunch of these trading cards and I want to open. I've had them for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and just open these. I am not going to eat the gum in here because, frankly, it's gross, and I really don't feel like either breaking my teeth or going to the hospital. So let's go ahead and get started. The first things that I have here are, and of course, it's backwards. Oh, this is terrible. I guess I'm not going to do this. I guess I'm going to have to record the video like usual. I didn't realize that I was backwards, and I don't think I can fix it. Well, anyway, I guess what I'll use this live streaming time for is I'll show some of the things I do have, and then I will actually do a legit video. Wow, that sucks that this is reversed. I don't know how to fix it. I gotta figure it out. What is this? Nope, that's just sharing. So I can't do that. Maybe I'll have to do. Oh, the words on my shirt are right. Okay, so if I show this, is that right? Can you see what it is? If you can see what that is, if you can see what it is that I have without having to read it backwards and forwards. I've never done the streaming thing before, so I'm trying to figure out. Oh, okay, good. All right, so I guess I will do this. I didn't realize that it wasn't backwards. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do this then. I'm just going to go ahead and while I have a second, I'm just going to make a note here. No. I'm just going to make a note here that I'm streaming so that people online can check it out. Kind of like John Cena. Cena can't see me doing this. I'm trying to doing it in a different window if it works. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll open up some trading cards. All right, just bear with me. All right. All right. There we go. And we'll make that go away. Okay. So let's go ahead and start. You saw, or earlier you saw, that these are Garbage Pail Kids. They are 4th series. So these are from 1986. So I was a freshman in high school or just finishing 8th grade, depending on when these hit, when these first came out. So these are 32 years old. 32. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open these up. I'll try and do this on camera so you can see as I open the package. Here we go. And I'll show you the gum. This is the gum here. It doesn't look terrible, but if you can hear the snap, like I'll do it in front of the, yeah, like it, I'm not doing that. So the gum goes away, and let's see what we got for cards. And I do have quite a few of these to get through. So there's the package. So the first one we have These are always fun. First one I have here is Melba Toast. There we go. And I think, yeah, these on the backs, you could actually do like a puzzle if you collected them all. So Melba Toast is the first one. And I think that's a sticker. That's cool. Yeah, these are all stickers. It's been a while since I've opened anything like this. I really didn't get a lot of these trading cards when I was a kid. The ones that I really got were like the Pac-Man ones that I've talked about on camera before. Here's the next one. Ashley Can. I love New York, so she's apparently like in the Bronx or something. So that's another one. We have Amazing Grace right there, the bodybuilder who may or may not be taking steroids. We have Caddy Kathy. Oh gosh, that is frightening looking. That is Caddy Kathy. And on the back of this card, wanted for gross neglect, fat slob. These are great. These make me feel about 30 years younger. And then Shorned Sean with the shaving cream. There we go. And I'll try and make that a little bit bigger. There we go. And wanted for kidnapping because he's lazy bones. Okay, there we go. So that is those are the first set of Garbage Pail Kids. Again, these are from 86. So in 86, again, I was moving on from 8th grade to my freshman year in high school. So that gives you an idea how old these are. I graduated in 90. So these definitely have give me the reminder of really my freshman year in high school when I had moved to Greenfield, Mass, which is about half hour north of Springfield. What I remember most about being up there is a convenience store that I lived close to. And you've seen me, or you've heard me talk about this if you watched some of my video game streams, called Call's Corner. That was where I got all my junk food from, all of my soda from, and they also had arcade games in there. So that's why it's available. All right, we have one more package of 4th series stickers right here. 25 cents. That's not what I paid for these. And it says cheap. 25 cents is cheap. Back then it was still pretty cheap, and you could actually buy something for a quarter. So let's go ahead and open these up. And again, we've got the gum. We'll put this over here. Here is the gum. Again, I am not eating this. Snap. Whoops. All right. So that's that. So let's see what we have. We have Spiky Mikey. Oh my goodness. This looks like a Mortal Kombat fatality. There's Spiky Mikey right there. Oh my goodness. That's a pit fatality right there. Ooh. And we have Harry Harriet. Harry Harriet might need a razor. Wanted for sibling rivalry. Big brother on the back, so you could write a name. That's pretty interesting. Oh. Sloshed Josh. Now, if you know what the term sloshed means, it's not soda. Let's be clear about this. It is not soda they'd be talking about, but he's in a soda bottle there. And oh, this is one of my favorite ones here. Wanted for inviting murder. It is a nerd. This, of course, not as true today, but back in 1986 and back when I was in high school, being a nerd was kind of not a good thing. You got picked on a lot. I got locked in a locker when I was a freshman. Yeah, so Slosh Josh. CGQ's in the house. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm opening Garbage Pail Kids because I can. So that's Sloshed Josh with the most wanted nerd in the back there. A couple more. Oh my goodness. These do look just like Mortal Kombat fatalities. Look at this one. This is Gordon. And you can see that the bull just ran right through him. These are series 4 that I started with. I have some another series coming up after this that I'm going to open. But these are series 4. So these are from 86. So I was mentioning at the top of the stream that this is when I was in 8th grade / 9th grade. I was just going into high school. That's why the nerd thing kind of stands out to me a little bit. So that's Gordon. I wonder if Ed Boon has seen these. I wonder if that's where he got the idea for some of the fatalities. I don't know. And wanted for maladjustment, looking at getting a plumber. And last but not least, we have here, who do we have? Oh my goodness. We have Battered Brad. Battered Brad looks like a toy from the evil kid in Toy Story. Just got beat up. And on the back here, what your completed green border puzzle will look like. So if you collect all 21 cards of puzzle C, that's what it looks like. It looks like a Metallica album. Good to see you, Captain. Thank you very much, sir. This will upload as soon as I'm done with it. It's not going to be a forever video, but I'm going to do a few more. Thanks for stopping in. So that is Series 4. So that's from 86. And these are also from 86, apparently. These are Series 5 with the Atom Bomb Garbage Pail Kid right there in the center. Very day after. All new 5th series, still 25 cents, so still cheap. So you could decide whether you wanted to play an arcade game or whether you wanted to buy these. You probably knew the choice I made. I definitely spent my money on arcade games, whereas other kids would spend them on these. So we'll go ahead and we'll open this up. Again, sticking with the not eating the gum rule, because I'm just not doing that. But for those that are curious, there is the gum. It is no different than the Series 4. Snap. And let's see who we have here. Going out to Cliff Blazinski. This is Cliffhanger right there. Oh, my goodness gracious. He hung himself. That is Cliffhanger. Yeah, the gum in these things were definitely hard. I don't know how anyone chewed those. You kind of chewed them, and it was kind of like eating cardboard, except it had just a little bit more flavor to it, but that was about it. Yeah, this was definitely grim. This is Cliffhanger here. On the back of this, they actually have a file for Geeky Gary or TV Stevie that you could actually look at. It's like a nice little dossier, so you can see everything about your favorite character there. I wasn't going to chew that gum. I gave it to my brother. What's next? This sounds like a Game Chasers joke a little bit. And it kind of is, because you'll see why if you follow them in a minute. This is Jordan Nuts. I'm not kidding. This is Jordan Nuts. Now, Jordan does editing, some supplemental editing for Game Chasers' work, as well as his own awesome channel. But Jordan, of course, that makes sense. And Nuts, these nuts. If you've watched any of any of Billy and Jay's material, you know why that's funny. So Jordan Nuts right there. And I don't know what that is. He's reaching into his head and into his throat. And yeah. Okay, next. This is Johnny One Note. He's blowing his trumpet, and he's got something coming out of the back end there. Oh my goodness. It could be Jordan Almonds, although they weren't really prominent out my way. Another piece of the puzzle, but this is the thing here. Johnny One Note. All right. What else we got? We have, okay. Prepare to be pun-ished. This is Bill Ding. That's right. Bill Ding. So he's a building and he's having a wrecking ball. So apparently Katy Perry is visiting. Of course, Katy Perry wasn't even a thing yet in 86. So that's relevant. That's irrelevant humor. Bill Ding. And last but not least, yeah, this probably could have been me. This is Tagged Tad. So he's a victim of graffiti in the subway. We didn't have a subway in Greenfield, Mass, where I was during this time. Get to hear about Russell Muscle. Here's his dossier right here that you probably can't see very well through my crappy webcam, but there it is. So that is one of the Series 5. I have one more Series 5 to go through. And again, Here it is, still sealed, 25 cents, cheap. Let's go ahead and we'll open this. Oh, hey, there's a special t-shirt offer. Garbage Pail Kids t-shirt offer. Terrific, high quality white t-shirt as shown. So it looks just like that. To order, just send in $6.95 plus $1.25 posting and handling, or $8.20 total. So you could pay less than $10 and get a Garbage Pail Kids t-shirt. You have to pay $20 for that now. So that's more than double. You have to send your name, address, birth date, and size requirements along with 3 Garbage Pail Kids wrappers. So apparently it really isn't $8.20. It's really $9, because if you're going to buy 3 of these, it's 25 cents a piece. So like $9 and a nickel. But that's just me being silly. Let's go ahead and open this up. Again, here's the gum. Not dealing with that. Who we got? We have, ew. We have Gory Rory. Looks like a Cub Scout, and he's frying someone's hand because... Is he part of the Donner Party? I don't know. Gory Rory. That's your first one. And we have a dossier on Mad Donna, or Madonna. Ha 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 ha. Oh my goodness gracious. That picture is worth 1,000 words. So yeah. TV show only likes commercials. Sounds like Doug Walker. Quote, yes, sir. 3 bags full. Shoes stuffed with chickpeas. You know what? I'm just going to move on. Next up. Okay. We have Connie Sewer. Yes, connoisseur. Connie Sewer. She is twirling her boogers and apparently is going to eat them. This was before that we had heard through some science that actually eating this stuff is supposedly healthy. So this would be less funny now than it was back then. But nevertheless, Connie Sewer, that is the second one. What else we got? All right, this one's brutal. You've been warned. Slade, who apparently likes to eat swords, but he didn't swallow this one right, and it went all the way through the back of his head. This is Slade. And we have a dossier on Rob Slob, a.k.a. Dirty Harry, on the back. Ooh, that one's brutal. Yeah, I don't know how people... I mean, it's awesome that they can do it, but I don't understand how it works. Okay, 2 more. Eek. This series is markedly more disgusting than the last, but I guess that's what they're going for. They're trying to push the line, push the boundary a little bit at a time. This here is Mel Meal. I don't really have much else to say about that. Yeah, that's disturbing. But again, in '86, we found this funny. Maybe there was a signal that we were starting to get a little bit weird starting in the late 80s. I don't know. Last one. This one isn't quite as disgusting. This is Dangling Dolly right here. Yeah, and she definitely is dangling. Look kind of like a tortilla shell hanging off a tree, or maybe like a blanket. And on the back is Dead Ted. That's his dossier. So you got dossiers of some of the GPKs on the back of the cards. So those are from '86. Those are 32 years old now, which just makes me feel disgustingly old. And those are disgusting, but at the same time, back in the mid '80s, and especially as we rolled through the '90s, that disgusting kind of humor just kind of stood out. And we went from disgusting to just plain stupid when shows like Jackass were on MTV. But that's a show for another time. What else do I have here? I'm going to open just a couple of more, not from the same series. We're going to do something a little bit different since we've been on the air for almost 20 minutes here. These, when I found them, I thought that they were pretty interesting. These are Pee-wee's Playhouse Fun Packs, and I'll hold those so that's easier to see in the camera. The secret word is fun. That's what it says. So Pee-wee's Playhouse, the secret word is fun pack. So on these, and I'll hold this up because I have another one. You get 1 sheet of tattoos, 3 picture cards, 1 sticker, 1 wiggle toy, and 1 activity card. Oh, see, so I do have something that that's kind of uncommon, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open these. Maybe. And these open pretty easily. And again, there's no gum in here, so there's not much to see. There we go. Take this out. We'll put this over here. So on the inside, oh wow, you get like a little motion. You get like a motion thing that shows Pee-wee and then Jambi. So that's kind of cool. Here are your tattoos. Wow. There we go. If you decide you want to put those on your arm, freak out your parents, you can do that. And what else we have?
Hey, I feel like an apple, huh?
Yeah. And funny you don't look like one. So I guess that's the activity card. And then we have some other goodies in here. We have and these are stills from the TV show. Second floor appliances, everybody out. So he's on the elevator there. There's Pee-wee. 45 neat things to do when it rains. And these are like really small. Tell spooky stories. That makes sense. Brew bouillon for you soup lovers out there. Improvise a hairdo with Vaseline. Okay. Draw your own comic book. Vacuum your vestibule. Laugh at your parents' wedding pictures. There are a bunch of them on here. I'm not going to read them all because the writing is really small. So that's one picture. We have a picture, another still from the set right there. And on the back, Puppetland Poetry. So the cards, you really were getting 2 for the price of 1. You always had something different on the back as well as the picture on the front. We also have, yes, Mecha Lecca High, Mecha High, Mecha Heiny Ho. Bingo. And this is another one of those. They had a big thing with making puzzles if you collected enough of these cards. I don't understand the allure myself, but that was a big thing. And then we have here Playhouse Cinema double feature. Stack cards in order, hold in left hand, flip with right. So it's basically like a flip comic, kind of, sort of. And then on the back here, it's a Pee-wee World. So that's what we have on those. That's pretty neat. There's a little bit of something in there for everyone. The motion toy is probably the motion card is probably my favorite. I mean, I can even see it on my backwards camera here. I think that's pretty neat. Even it's particular. It's not anything overly impressive, but I think that's pretty neat nonetheless. So that is one. And I don't know, should I do the other one or should I wait? I think I might wait and do another episode with trading cards because there's one more thing I want to open up on camera before I go. Some other trading cards that I have in the bullpen. I have 3 packages of Ghostbusters 2 trade cards. These are from 1989. So this is my junior year in high school. I have to admit it. I have never seen the film. I know I can hear the boos. Yeah, I can hear the boos from here, but I have not seen Ghostbusters 2. I've only seen first. I know. But again, when I saw these at the flea market, that seemed like something that I needed to get. So I got them. I know I got to put it once I finish up with the Super Nintendo book, which will be by the end of June. I'll be able to catch up on a lot of the things that I haven't seen. It's not as good, but still worth watching. I have heard that. I know that I've heard a bunch of people both online and offline talk about it. I don't know, me getting the time to watch movies because free time tends to be so scarce. I have to pick and choose what I want to use that free time on. A lot of the time it happens to be playing games, but especially these days, a lot of the time it's surfing around on YouTube and trying to catch up on a lot of my favorite channels. I just don't have a lot of time to sit in front of a screen for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I like to sit for like 20, 25 minutes at a time and then get up and do something else. But I do have these, so I will open these at a later date. And I also have these here. These are Laughs trading cards. I think I am going to open these real quick because I only have a couple of these and they're not really as uncommon. So you get trading cards from Perfect Strangers, Family Matters, and Full House. Now, I didn't know this before, but Perfect Strangers and Family Matters. Family Matters is a spinoff of Perfect Strangers. I did not know that. I had no idea until I actually saw the film footage with Carl Winslow and his wife talking to Balky and Larry. So I'm going to open one of these just to kind of check this out because I'm a fan of these like picture cards. So this is now open. So we have here from Perfect Strangers, we have Out of Sync. So it's not quite in sync. It is out of sync. And on the back, it actually explains the point of the card. When a music manager offers Balky a deal for his dance style, Larry becomes Balky's talent agent. But they soon discover the manager was just using the cousins and dubbed in someone else's singing voice. Boy, this sounds a lot like Milli Vanilli, doesn't it? The manager threatens to sue if they cancel the contract, so the cousins do a rapid press conference which proves that Balky's voice is dubbed. Wow, that is almost like real life. Next up, we have from Family Matters, we have Life with Urkel. This is a great full cast shot here. This is one of the shows I really enjoyed from TGIF. I didn't watch Full House as much. I watched this probably more, and I watched Step by Step more. Although not really for good reasons. I had a crush on one of the cast members, but that's a story for another time. So Life with Urkel with the cast picture. Once there's an Urkel in the family, there's no going back. Life just wouldn't be the same without him. The Winslow household would be missing that. Well, hey, let's face it. Life without Steve Urkel might be much simpler, but it would sure be a lot more boring. That's what it says back here. Which cast member did I have the crush on? Oh, it's the actress from My Two Dads with Paul Reiser and what's his name there. I forget her name now, but her and like the other daughter, I would just watch just for that purpose. Again, you know, I was I was in high school or early years of college. So, you know, I mean, I had just pointless crushes on actresses back then. Those of you who might have seen Night Court before, if you have, you probably know who Marky Post is. She was Christine Sullivan on the show. I had a crush on her too, but that's just me being a stupid teenager. Full House, Honey, I Broke the House. That's this one right here. It looks like, I don't know who that is. It's the younger daughter there. I forget what her name is. It looks like the car just drove through the house. Would your parents stop loving you if you did something wrong? I think so, yeah, especially if you did something like this. Something like crashing a car into the kitchen after crashing Joey's new car. Stephanie, that's her name, hides in bed and acts as if she's been kicked out of the family. But Danny has some news for her. What she did was wrong, but he'll always love her no matter what. Oh my goodness, the sickly sweet resolution from Full House. Have another Perfect Strangers one here. See How They Run. Perfect Strangers I really didn't watch a lot of in the 80s, I have to admit. I thought the premise was pretty funny, but I really wasn't watching a lot of TV then. Balky decides to run for student body president, and for his platform, he chooses honesty. Good luck with that. Jennifer and Marianne are glad to help with the campaign. So is Larry, who acts as Balky's manager, but Larry doesn't think honesty will win votes, and he puts Balky in a bind by urging him just to tell students what they want to hear. See, that makes sense. So that's Perfect Strangers. Another Perfect Strangers one, Call Me Indestructible. That's this one right here. Pilot Ace Atkins persuades Larry to take a ride in a small plane. But once they're in the air, Larry's fear of flying overcomes him. That's me, by the way. I am deathly afraid of being in an airplane, and I'll tell a story about that next time stream. He passes out and dreams that Balky, with the help of the Meposian god of protection, I always get the country name mixed up, or I pronounce it wrong, persuades him to calm down. The dream works, and Larry wakes up, relieved to come back down to earth. So that's Perfect Strangers. And we have one more Family Matters one with Dog Day Halloween. Carl Winslow and Urkel, and the grandmother there. Steve Urkel plays another practical joke on Carl. It's the old snake prank. Later, Steve's snakes, say that 3 times fast, come into play again, but this time Carl uses them to surprise a bank robber who's holding Laura and Steve hostage. So in the end, Steve's prank saves the day with a little help from Officer Carl, of course. Just call him Carl Winslow, not Officer Carl. Carl. So those are the last trading cards. Those are pretty neat, not very exciting, but if you're a fan of any of those shows, it certainly makes sense that they would make a trading card set. So we're a half hour in, so I might as well get to the reason why I decided to do this in the first place. I just got this in the mail today. I was going to wait to open it, but the shape that it came in was a little worse than I anticipated, and I don't think it's going to hold together long enough for me to sit on, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do it now. Official PlayStation Magazine was something that I was always interested in. I never bought a subscription, however. I always would go to the bookstore or to the newsstand and I would buy it there. The exciting thing about getting an OPM magazine was that you got a demo disc inside, and demo discs, you got to play games before they came out. So pretty big deal, right? So I found this online still in the bag, kind of. Unfortunately, the bag is not really in very good shape, but it is a magazine that I want to take a look at nonetheless and go ahead and finish unsealing on camera. This magazine is also special to me because of what it's about. It is a special collector's edition magazine that addresses the PlayStation 2 in its entirety. So here it is. This is the official, the official PlayStation magazine collector's edition talking about the PlayStation 2. You see the 4 symbols squared. And we get every PS2 game revealed so far. So that's pretty neat. First reviews of FIFA 2001, Madden 2001, which I have opened on the show. Street Fighter EX3, Ridge Racer 5, which I've opened on the show. SSX in Smuggler's Run. There's also reviews of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 in here, Frogger 2, Resident Evil Survivor, and so on. And Chris, my buddy, Classic Gaming Quarterly, that's in on the stream, he knows about magazines even more than I do. He does an excellent series of reading these magazines out loud and being able to show you everything on camera. I don't have as cool a setup as he does. So I recommend, if you're interested in magazines like this, definitely give his channel a look. But let's go ahead and let's open this up, shall we? Metal Gear Solid 2 or a Metal Gear 2 video. If this was a Metal Gear 2 video, we would be getting a Solid Snake video, but that's not what this is. On the back here, I'll let you see the back. There it is. Playable demos include Spyro Gear the Dragon, Crash Bash, Ultimate Fighting Championship, Jarrett and Labonte Stock Car Racing, and Incredible Crisis, one of my favorite PlayStation games because how crazy it is. So let's go ahead. Let's stop messing around. Let's go ahead and let's open this up. I'm going to try and be not crazy and just open one side. Here we go. Maybe not. And we're going to try and get the demo disc out of there. I'm going to try and keep this over here. So first things first, if you want to subscribe to OPM, you could certainly send in the subscriber savings card. It was $30 for the year for 12 of these, which is a pretty darn good deal, I think. You could also get 2 years for $50, so it'd be $25 a year. Definitely a good deal. I should have done it rather than going to the bookstore and just paying face value every time. But I didn't feel like paying for the subscription. I didn't want to wait. I wanted the magazines now. So that's what I did. Here is the demo disc right here. It is still sealed. And yeah, I mean, they covered everything. The non-playable games include Cool Borders 2001. You get the Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty movie, Driver 2, Star Wars Demolition, and Final Fantasy 9. So that's what's on this demo disc. Unfortunately, I'm not demoing that today, but I figured I would show you. So here is the magazine itself. I love this very simple blue cover, which looks just like the box for the console itself. Doesn't have to go too crazy. It communicates what it needs to communicate, and I think that that's really, really cool. There is a poster in here, or at least a pullout that I just opened up to, which, oh, wow, this is really neat, and I'm not going to be able to show it, I don't think, on camera. This kind of folds out. Oh, wow, this is really cool. And it takes a look at the PS2. That's I am so glad I have this. So you get to take a look at the console. It breaks down all of the tech specs, which to me I find fascinating, even though I don't understand as much of it as I should. There's also plenty of advertising in here. What are the reviews? Let's see. Wow, lots of reviews here this month. I'll try and show you a couple that are interesting. Show me the games. All right. So SSX is spotlighted here, for example. What did they give it? They gave SSX 5 circles, or a 5 out of 5. Gave Dynasty Warriors 2 a 4 out of 5. Chris Baker. Chris gave that a 4 out of 5. NHL 2001 got a 4 out of 5. Madden 2001 got a 4.5 out of 5. Ridge Racer 5 got a 4.5 out of 5. That's John Davison, who knows his racing games inside out and upside down. Swing Away Golf is also here, 3 out of 5. I think I agree with that. I haven't talked much about Swing Away Golf, but that's also one of the games that I got when I got my system. I just wasn't able to get that new. SSX got a perfect 5 out of 5. And that was reviewed by John Davison. So John gave that one a perfect score, or a 5 out of 5. Not necessarily that's perfect, but a 5 out of 5 nonetheless. There's Dino Crisis 2 in here, which Chris Baker reviewed and gave 4.5 out of 5 to. Dave Mira Freestyle BMX gets 3.5 out of 5. That's from Todd Z. Blaster Master got only 3 out of 5. Dragon Valor got only 3 out of 5. I actually like that game a little bit more than that. But I like hack and slash games, so I'm a little bit biased. Resident Evil Survivor only got 1.5. That's probably because it doesn't use the gun. Wow. ECW Anarchy Rules, Eternal Eyes, Frogger 2, Hogs of War is in here. That got 4 out of 5. NHL 2001 got 4 out of 5. And just because I have you guys on stream right now, oops, we don't need that. I actually have NHL 2001 here, still sealed. I actually need to open that. I'm going to get to that during the Stanley Cup playoffs. At least that's my intention. So that's a little cheat. If you're watching live, you're going to get to see that. So this is a really cool magazine. Again, I love the cover, and getting it brand new like this, where I'm the first person to read this particular copy, speaks volumes to me, because I thought that these magazines were awesome. I mean, there were a lot of great magazines back in the day. And Chris has talked a lot about these on his channel, PSM, EGM, Game Pro, and these are all magazines that I bought religiously. I bought every month, time after time. But this is another one of those. And the fact that it comes with a demo disc, and if you know me, you know that I have a penchant for demo things. This is a really cool get. So I'm very, very happy to finally own this. So that's a look at Unsealed Alive. This was a lot of fun to do. I don't know how it's going to come out in the end or what it's going to look like. But I hope that you had fun watching this, whether you watched it live or whether you're watching the archived footage. This is fun to do. I'll have to do this again at another time. I do have more Unsealed videos coming up in the coming days. As I mentioned, I have some hockey stuff that I want to get to that are just in time for the Stanley Cup playoffs, which begin on Monday, Memorial Day. I also have 3 games that are very special to me from the same series that I managed to get not only new and sealed, but also black label. So there are no greatest hits ones in these. These are all original copies from their original releases. And I'm going to be looking forward to getting those guys open because I want to use them. And I want to get the original copies or the older copies that I have out the door. Monday, I believe they start. Maybe they start today, but I thought it started Monday. I'll have to look on my phone. I thought it started Monday and they took time off. I could be wrong. I'm going off of memory. Of course, it's also very hot in this room, so it's affecting my brain as well. Can't run an air conditioner or a fan when you're trying to read something live because, you know, that just doesn't sound good. So I have lots more stuff to get to that I will get to in future Unsealed videos. I have stacks of games behind me that I have to get to before this series ends. And in addition, I'll try and do some other videos too, talking about various topics. E3 is right around the corner, so I'll be doing reaction to that because that's something that I do and more. So it'll be a lot of fun. And it's just fun for me able to do these videos anyway. Certainly not a lot of preparation involved, just me going off the top of my head. So again, thanks very much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this. I hope that you enjoyed watching it and look for another Unsealed video brand new really soon. Till the next time, see you everybody. Take care.